Hey guys, DPG going downstairs. How do you get onto a movie like Rampage and work with Dwayne Johnson? That's the topic for today's discussion. So let's just assume that most of you would like to work with an actor as big and famous, and I don't mean big because he's got big muscles, but someone as big and famous as Dwayne Johnson. Is it within your reach? Can you do it? How hard is it to do? Okay, let me answer those questions really quickly. Yes, it is within your reach. It's easy, and what are you waiting for? And how do you do it? Okay, so let's talk about how do you do it. This will take a little bit longer, but really not that much longer. What you really need to do is connect with and make an impression upon somebody who is That's my fiance over there working out. Can you see her? Yeah, barely. I wish I could zoom in, can I? No. Sorry, folks. Who knew that was going to happen? Anyway, so how do you do it? Well, you connect with somebody who knows them, or somebody who's helping put the project together. Because, yeah, it would be probably beneficial if you could connect with, DJ himself, but it's not necessary. All you have to do is connect with someone who has something to do with the production, and if you can demonstrate your value to that person, and you are clear and specific about what value you bring to the table, then they will more than gladly, more than happily pass along your information to someone who can make a decision about it, right? So if you wanted to be a production assistant on a Dwayne Johnson movie, well, why don't you find a way to connect with some of the assistant directors, and I'm not even sure if they are the people that hire production assistants, or, there's lots of ways to get a position, but ideally, if you have a specific position in mind, then, find out who is responsible for filling those specific positions. So, let's say it's the assistant directors. Well, if I worked on some project and I met the assistant director, I would say, hey, we should hang out sometime. Let's grab a drink. I'd really like to repay you for all your kindness that you've shown me on the set today, right? Or you can look them up on IMDb. They might have a phone contact information if they have an agent or something like that, and you can call up the agent and say, hey, I'm interested in connecting with this person. I want to work as a PA. Can you pass along my information? Okay, so that's just, whatever the method is, you just keep doing things until it happens. Like, you don't get turned down by one person and then you give up, right? It needs to be important to you. So if it's important to you, you will keep following up. And let's say you wanted to be an actor on a Dwayne Johnson movie. My client, Jason Liles, played the gorilla on Rampage and went down to Atlanta, worked with Dwayne Johnson every day for months, had an amazing time, right? Well, how does something like that happen? Well, it started by making connections in the special effects business, doing a project, and then when you move out to Los Angeles, you get in touch with, you communicate with the people that you worked with on the past project and find out what else they are working on, and you make yourself available for the next project. And, since they know, like, and trust you because you've already worked with them in the past and you made you made an excellent impression on them, they, again, will be very pre-framed to want to work with you again. And so they will probably do whatever they can if they think you're a good fit for this thing that you want to do. And then when you have done another project, in Los Angeles or wherever you happen to have moved to, then when you keep an eye on what projects are out there, and now you've got, a couple of bits of experience, then you could start even connecting with strangers who are in the same field, who you can figure out probably know the people you already know. So you could say, hey, I worked with so-and-so on this project. I see you guys have a project involving Dwayne Johnson. I mean, you don't have to mention Dwayne Johnson. You just say, hey, I see you're working on this. And they go, yeah. And you go, well, I'm really good at doing this. Like in the case of Jason Liles, you can say, well, I'm really good at working in special effects costumes. I have a lot of experience in that. I've done, this for Netflix. I've done these other projects, short films, commercials, etc. And I'm interested in doing this, and it sounds like I might be a good fit for the role. And they will tell you, yes, I agree with you. You might be a good fit for the role. And if they think that's the case, then, then you figure out, okay, well, I'd like to come in and talk to you in person. I'd like to come in and show you what I can do. What is it that, what specific requirements are there for this role? Is there any strength and conditioning requirements, dancing, fighting? Like, what are the skills required for this particular job? Well, we need somebody who can do this, that, and the other. But most of the time they will train somebody if they like their attitude and just think that overall they are someone who can learn and adapt to the situation. And that's exactly what happened with Jason on Rampage. He had to be a gorilla. Well, he had never been a gorilla before, but they brought somebody in to train him on how to be a gorilla. Now, they had the guy work with him for a day or two, and the feedback was Jason was doing a good job. So they decided, okay, I think this guy is trainable. And they said, okay, we're gonna hire you. What did the casting director have to say about it? Who knows? He never even met the casting director, which goes to show who is important in making decisions regarding film and TV casting. So basically that's what you do, right? You do something, then you build on that by contacting other people who do that same kind of thing, or who hire people who do that same kind of thing. And you develop relationships, and then when you continue working and developing, then you spread your contacts. You spread your wings. Basically, say, okay, I want to make my family, my network bigger, right? So who else does this in projects that are being contemplated right this second, like now? Who's in pre-production now? So they already haven't done all the casting, and that's who you contact and say, hey, I see you guys are in pre-production. I'm really good at doing special effect costume work. I've done, Rampage, Death Note, I've been on the TV show Picard, etc. I think I'd be a great fit for something you guys are doing. Or does any of that sound like I might be a great fit for what you guys are doing? Because sometimes you won't know exactly what they're doing, and so you won't even be able to make a specific proposal. You just have to basically take your best shot at it, figure out, okay, it's Picard, right? Let's say you want to be on Picard. There's lots of aliens. So you go, okay, I can easily play an alien. I've played lots of aliens. I happen to be very tall, so if you need a tall alien, I might be able to help you with that. And they go, yeah, perfect. I don't know right now, but give me your info and we'll get back to you. And then you follow up in a few days. So what came out of that, Did you find anything? Oh, no, I'm so glad you followed up, though, Jason. No, we don't have anything, so check in again next month. We're going to do some new episodes, okay? And that is how you book work with Dwayne Johnson or anybody else. Hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. Put them in the comment section below. And, subscribe, like, share, click the bell, and have an amazing day. And be all that you can be, okay, guys? We'll talk to you soon.